Yeah, so your Chiefs obviously had to endure a lot of criticism last year with the stagnant play. But after winning back-to-back Super Bowls, nobody can no longer criticize them. Besides one person, and that's Patrick Mahomes. He said that last year wasn't fun and they weren't getting better on a week-to-week basis. So my question to you is, anything short of a three-peat, would that be a fun season for your Chiefs and Mahomes?
No, I mean at this point they are the ultimate. Anything short of a championship's a failure. They haven't their worst season since Mahomes took over is losing in the conference title game in overtime. That's been the floor. So missing the playoffs is not winning the division is far removed from that. Just losing a close round 2 playoff game would be their worst season. Losing in the Super Bowl is their 3rd worst season. But so it's not just about what the ultimate goal is. But I think Patrick is very good at saying things without saying anything. But this was real honesty, which was obviously the ultimate goal is to win. And because they won, you're okay with what happened last season. But I do not think the way they played last season, not only from a struggles perspective, but from a style of play perspective, is how Patrick wants to play. He doesn't want to dink and dunk and 13 play drives and be grinding stuff out.
So by fun, he means go out there and destroy everybody.
Well, I think by fun, he also means chuck that sucker deep. Yeah. I think by fun, he means remind everyone that he's got the best arm in football. And you saw that they went out and signed in free agency Hollywood Brown, who is a pure speedster, and they used a 1st-round pick on Xavier Worthy, who's 160 pounds, the fastest player to ever run in the combine. So that they prioritize being able to take the top off the defense the way they were able to with Tyreek Hill. Because 2 years ago, the first year without Tyreek, they scored a ton of points, and I'm sure it was more fun. But again, there was it was short stuff. I think Patrick had 31 touchdowns to running backs and tight ends, an NFL record at the time. It wasn't the laser show that we've become accustomed to with the Chiefs. And the other thing, DeMonze, that Patrick said that I found interesting was about Xavier Worthy. So Xavier Worthy was the 1st-round pick and then missed essentially almost all of the offseason prior to training camp dealing with a hamstring issue. And Patrick's quotes were along the lines of listen, man, there's no slowly coming along. We need you. We're going to be relying on you, and you need to be available and with the program. I also, this morning, my pal Greg Rosenthal just started a new venture with the NFL called NFL Today, NFL Daily. I should know his venture if I'm going to... NFL Daily. He used to do Around the NFL, him, Hansis, and Sessler. And the NFL, kind of without announcement and unceremoniously, ended that after they'd done that pod, DeMonte, for more than a decade together. And I don't have all the details on that. As a listener and as a fan, I was bummed at how that thing ended. And I don't know Mark or Dan, and I wish them the best. That was a great show. But Greg has now transitioned to this NFL Daily show, which is a great pod. It's a really good pod. It's new, and I enjoy it. And I was actually listening to it this morning. And he had Jordan Rodrigue on, and she said something that I thought was super smart that I had not considered, which was that guys who are specifically training for the combine, for the 40-yard dash, and for those tests, they often then post-combine, when they get to football practice, rookie OTAs, minicamp, stuff like that, suffer these soft tissue injuries because their body has been training for one specific thing and hasn't yet transitioned back to, real football stuff. And she kind of speculated, I don't even know if it was about Worthy or not, I think it was, that might have been what happened with Worthy. I thought that was super smart and something I hadn't considered, but hamstrings worry me. The kid in Green Bay, Watson, he's had a hamstring his whole career. He's available, he's excellent, then he's out 3 weeks with a hamstring. He's available, he's excellent, then he's out a game with a hamstring. So seeing the Chiefs' first-round pick, Xavier Worthy, miss most of the pre-training camp offseason with a hamstring was concerning. So watching to see if he's a healthy go for training camp is wildly important. The other weird thing, Demonze, about kind of the way the NFL media cycle works, and it obviously applies to the Chiefs, is when's the last time anyone said anything about Rashee Rice's pending suspension? Like, it feels like that kind of got forgotten. Like it was a huge story and it should have been. Then he seemingly got in trouble again, and it was like, oh my God, what's going on? Then that second trouble went away entirely because the guy said it didn't happen. People can believe what they want to believe, but the guy who allegedly got hit said, no, I didn't get hit. It was a misunderstanding. And so, but I as a Chiefs fan, but as an NFL fan, the NFL has not told us, are they going to wait for the legal process to take course? The legal course, I said that weirdly, I apologize. But wait for that to play out before they levy a suspension. Because if they are, then he's not going to be suspended for any games this year. Because that's not going to happen until next offseason. If they aren't, then I would think that they could just go ahead and announce that suspension sooner than later, so so he and the team know what the rules are. But as of now, it's just kind of hanging over the team, and I'm not sure, how that's going to roll out. But the fact of the matter is, the Chiefs are going to try to have a fireworks offense this year, and we'll see if they're able to do it. Go ahead, pal.
Yeah, how is it possible to have Kelsey on your team and not be leading the league in fun? And also another.
Well, I think they had a lot of fun. Maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you feel about your quarterback saying that he wants to have fun on the verge of a three-peat? You don't sound worried at all, but I feel like that might worry some other fans.
Well, yeah, because other fans don't have the greatest player ever as their quarterback and leader. Yeah,
Okay.
That would worry fans of teams whose quarterbacks haven't accomplished 10% of what Patrick has. People are like, oh, he's bringing a TV to training camp this year. Guys, Patrick is locked in. And Patrick now has, with this past 2 years, winning an MVP without Tyreek Hill and winning a Super Bowl when everyone wrote the team off for dead, he has evolved somewhat already in his career, Demonze, to the side quests portion. Like, I want to win and have fun. I want to win and maybe win another MVP. He's earned that right because he's won in every way imaginable. And so I'm not worried about that in the least. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.